All right, welcome out here to Wisconsin Rapids here, Friday, August 9th. Zaleski Sports, Brandon Bierencott here on the call. We've got Olivia on our production here, some Wisconsin Rapids regional tournament. This is hosted by the Rapids Redhawks. Tonight's game featuring the Jim Falls Sturgeons and Wisconsin Rapids Redhawks. We'll get our starting lineups here. Jim Falls Sturgeons. Jace Cota will lead it off and out in center field.
Batting second and playing left field, number 8, Jackson Google.
Jackson Google hitting second out in left field tonight.
Batting third and playing shortstop, number 27,
Mason Tester over at short hitting third tonight.
Batting fourth and doing the DHing, number 15, AJ Schemenauer.
AJ Schemenauer, the designated hitter, hitting fourth.
Fifth and doing the catching, number 25, Bobby Soren.
Bobby Soren catching tonight, hitting in the 5 spot.
Batting sixth and playing second base, number 11,
Jake Esslinger over at second base, hitting sixth tonight.
Batting seventh and playing third base, number 12, Carter Stelter.
Carter Stelter hitting seventh and playing over at third base.
Batting eighth and playing first base, number 18, Colton Turner.
Colton Turner will hit eighth and play at first base.
And batting ninth and playing right field, number 19.
And hitting ninth today is Evan Dennis out in right field. Pitching for the Sturgeons,
Number 7, Will Jacobson.
left-handed pitcher here in Will Jacobson. He'll get the nod here tonight. We'll get our starting lineups now for the Redhawks.
And now, your Rapids Redhawks.
Rapids Redhawks coming up here.
And playing third base, number 12, Caden Sangbush.
Caden Sangbush hitting in the leadoff, playing over at third base tonight.
Batting second and playing center field, number 2, Peyton Nelson.
Peyton Nelson out at center field. He'll hit second tonight. Number 2, Peyton Nelson.
Playing shortstop, number 22, Brad Comer.
Brad Comer will hit in the 3 spot. He'll be over at shortstop.
Batting fourth and playing second base, number 18, Nathan Kromenacher.
Nathan Kromenacher hitting fourth tonight over at second base.
Batting fifth and playing first base, number 17, Tyler Fire.
Tyler Byer hitting fifth, and he'll be over at first base for the Redhawks.
Batting sixth and playing left field, number 8, Ryan Searing.
Ryan Searing hitting sixth tonight. He'll be out in left field.
Batting seventh and doing the catching, number 19, Gavin Obremski.
Gavin Obremski to do the catching here tonight. He'll hit in the number 7 spot.
Eighth and doing the DHing, number 13, Nick Wiley.
Designated hitter, he's hitting eighth tonight.
Batting ninth and playing right field, number 14, Garrett Hubert.
And Garrett Huber to round things out. He'll be out in right field hitting ninth here for the Redhawks.
Hawks is the right-hander, number 20, Blaine Wallen.
Blaine Wallen, number 20, the right-hander. He gets the nod here tonight for the Redhawks. We'll be underway here momentarily. Again, Zaleski Sports bringing you this one tonight. Regional tournament hosted again by the Wisconsin Rapids Redhawks. We'll get our national anthem here.
If you are able, please rise and remove your hats as we listen to the playing of our national anthem.
All right, first pitch coming up here. You're listening to and watching Wisconsin Rapids Redhawks regional baseball here tonight. Olivia and the production crew here tonight. Brandon Berencott bringing you this one for Zaleski Sports. 8 o'clock start here, first pitch. Blaine Wallen gets the start here for the Redhawks, the right-hander. Tonight's game, one of our many game day sponsors tonight. That's Key Savings Bank. Unlock the best home, auto, commercial, and personal loans in the Rapids area at Key Savings Bank. No matter what you're financing, Key Savings Bank has the personal touch to put you at ease. Dream big, small rates at Key Savings Bank. So Blaine Wallen will get the start here defensively for Rapids. He'll be backed up, starting with Caden Singbush over at third base. Brad Comer over at short. Nathan Kromenacher over at second. Tyler Byer over at first. In the outfield tonight is Ryan Searing out in left. Peyton Nelson gets his start out in center field, and Garrett Huber out in right. David Obremski behind the plate here tonight for the Redhawks. So that's a look at your defensive group here for the Redhawks. Had our starting lineups. Jim Falls about 2 hours away here. I believe they're maybe a little bit north of the Chippewa Falls area. In any event, Jace Cota will lead things off here for the Sturgeons here, the center fielder tonight.
All right, leading off for Jim Falls, Sturgeons, in their half of the first inning is the center fielder, number 5, Jace Cota.
So Jace, the right-handed hitting leadoff hitter, lead things off here for the Sturgeons. Wallen's pitch, we're underway. First pitch swung on and playable for Nelson out in center, and that'll be a 1-pitch out. The F8 if you're scoring at home. And 1 out now with Jackson Google coming up. Jackson, the left fielder here tonight. So quick 1 out here for Blaine Wallen and the rest of the Rapids Redhawks. And Wallen's pitch in there for a called strike. It's 0-1 now to Google. The 0-1 offering here to Jackson. Hit on the ground over to third. And a nice play, but not able to. It was a good play, able to get there. That's Sangbush. But Google will be aboard with a base hit here.
The shortstop, number 27, Mason Tester.
So Mason Tester coming up here, the right-handed hitting shortstop with Google over at first. It's 1-0 now to Tester. A.J. Schemenauer, the on-deck hitter for the Sturgeons. 1-0 pitch here from Wallen. That misses outside, and Google going to get down to second now. Well, it's 2-0 now to Mason Tester. With Google down at second with a intermediate lead, and that pitch misses, so it moves to 3-0 now here to Tester. Walling working out of the stretch here for the Redhawks. 3-0 pitch, and that's a called strike. It's 3-1 now to Tester. Wallen. 3-1 pitch here is swung on and fouled back. It's going to go full now to Tester. Just underway here, top half, inning number 1 here out in Wisconsin Rapids. The first of many games in this weekend tournament. 3-2 count here from Wallen is outside, and Tester will be aboard with a base on ball. And that'll bring up A.J. Schemenauer.
Designated hitter, number 15, A.J. Schemenauer.
A.J. doing the designated hitting here tonight for the Jim Falls Sturgeons. That ball hit sharply out into right, and a nice play out there made. And a good play made for the second out. That's Garrett Huber out there to retire Schemenauer. And 2 outs now here for Bobby Soren. Bobby taking off his catching gear tonight. He'll get the nod here behind the plate for the Sturgeons. 2 outs here now for Soren. You got Tester over at first, Google down at second. 2 outs here. Wallen working from the stretch. The pitch swung on. That's going to get out of play and foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch here from Wallen to Soren. And that's fouled back. It's 0-2 now. Couple of base runners here in Google and Tester. Wallen trying to work his way out of this top half of inning number 1 here for the Redhawks. His pitch, that's chopped over to third, and play will be made over at third by Caden Sangbush there. So no runs, a hit, no errors. Couple left on here. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 1. You're listening to and watching Wisconsin Rapids Redhawks Regional Tournament baseball action here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
All right, we are back out here. One of our many game day sponsors here tonight. That's Rapids Sheet Metal. As the weather warms up, look to Rapids Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling in Wisconsin Rapids, which has more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Rapids Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling today. So Caden Sangbush will lead things off here for the Redhawks. Left-handed pitcher here tonight, and Will Jacobson getting the start, and he misses. It's 1-0 now to Sangbush. Jacobs, I believe that may have gotten a piece of the bat here, so it's 1-1 now to Sangbush. Jacobson's 1-1 offering is going to miss high. It looks like it goes to 2-1 now here to Caden. 2-1 Jacobson, and that's a bit high. So it's 3-1 hitters count coming up now to Sangbush. 3-1 pitch here, and that'll be a walk. Given up by Jacobson to Sangbush. He's aboard at first, and that'll bring up the center fielder here in Peyton Nelson.
Center fielder, number 2, Peyton Nelson.
Jacobson's pitch is smashed down the line foul. It's 0-1 now to Nelson. With Sangbush over at first. Jacobson working from the stretch. The pitch, that'll miss in. It's 1-1 now to Nelson. Jacobson set here. The 1-1 offering to Nelson is hit in the hole. That'll be a base hit for Peyton Nelson, and Sangbush will go to second, and Nelson aboard with a base hit. And that'll bring up the shortstop here in Brad Comer.
Shortstop, number 22, Brad Comer.
Well, Sangbush down at second. Reached on the walk, and Nelson with the base hit through the hole there over at short. So it's 1-0 now to Comer. Jacobson from the stretch. The pitch, that's going to be hit out of play and foul. It goes 1-1 now to Comer. We're in the bottom half of inning number 1 here out in Wisconsin Rapids. The rain has pushed through. Certainly a much more brisk type of night in comparison to even just a couple days ago. That's smashed foul. It's 1-2 now to Comer. But still a lot of baseball here in front of us here. 3 games, looks like tomorrow here in Rapids, and then a couple games on Sunday. That ball hit in the air. That's hit pretty well. Going back on it and still going back on it. Play is made. And tagging up is Sangbush. He'll get to third there. So 1 out now here for Nathan Kromenacher. With runners at the corner, 1 out, and Nelson over at first. Sangbush down at third now for the Redhawks.
Number 18, Nathan Kromenacher.
And Jacobson's pitch in there for a called strike. It's 0-1 now to Kromenacher. Runners at the corner, 1 out. Jacobson's pitch hit on the ground over to first. And that'll be a, see how they score that. I'm not quite. Well, that'll load the bases here. Looked like maybe for a moment he was maybe going to look to try to apply the tag there on Kromenacher, but either way, it looks like they're going to score a base hit. Bases loaded now here for the number 5 hitting Tyler Byer. Jacobs' pitch is in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. Big spot here for Byer. The 0-1 pitch, that'll be smashed foul down the third base foul line here. It's 0-2 now. One out here. The 0-2 offering to Byer from Jacobson is going to miss upstairs. It's 1-2 now. Ryan Searing, the on-deck hitter here for the Redhawks. Jacobson's 1-2 pitch, that's grounded over to first. Coming home with it to get the force over there, and second out here. So the fielder's choice, the 3-2. And that'll bring up Ryan Searing, and Jacobson's pitch in there for a called strike to Searing. It's 0-1. Nelson down at third, Kromenacher down at second, and Byer over at first. Searing chops that one foul. It's 0-2 now to Ryan. Bases are loaded here with 2 outs. We're in the bottom half of inning number 1 here. First of 6 games here over the course of the next 3 days here in Wisconsin Rapids. Jacobson's 0-2 pitch here, and he'll be in there safe. That's Peyton Nelson scoring the first run of the game. And that steal was on so Nelson in there, and Kromenacher down to third. Byer over at first. It's going to be hit out of play and foul here to Searing. So the Redhawks strike first here. Nelson, who had the base hit, he scores the first run here for the Redhawks. Runners at the corner now. We've got 2 outs, and Jacobson working out of the stretch here with the 0-2 offering here to Searing, and that ball hit over to third. And the play will be made, the 5-3 putout to retire Ryan Searing for the 3rd out. Couple hits and a run. They take the lead, early lead here, 1-0. It's 1-0 Wisconsin Rapids. We move to the 2nd inning of play. You're listening to and watching regional tournament action here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I am standing in our all-new Express Lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes. No appointment necessary. See you soon.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken, and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
All right, we're back here, 2nd inning coming up here. One of our many sponsors here tonight, that's Coaches EDG, Coaches Ed. Baseball and softball coaches, check this out. Finally, the app we've all been waiting for comes from Dead Red Sports Solutions. The app to teach your players the signs, help extend teaching time beyond practice, ditch player playbooks, and level up your team's IQ. Your players seem to always know where their phone and technology is. Now put your coaching knowledge in their technology with Dead Red Sports Solutions. No more missed signs. Instead, unlock your players' full potential with Dead Red Solutions at coachesedge.com. That's coachesedg.com, and leading things off here for the Jim Falls Sturgeon is Jake Esslinger here tonight. So Wallen out here for his 2nd inning of work here. His team has him staked out to an early 1-0 lead here, early goings. Top half inning number 2, and Esslinger swings and misses. It's 0-1 now to Jake here. Wallen misses out. It's 1-1. Wallen works, just misses. It goes to 2-1 now here to Jake Wallen's 2-1 pitch is outside. It's 3-1 coming up now to Esslinger. Carter Stelter, the on-deck hitter for the Sturgeons here. Early goings, Redhawks with a 1-0 lead here, top half, inning number 2. And Wallen fired in there for strike 2. It's full count now here to Esslinger. And that one fouled off here. It's count remains full now. A 3-2 pitch here from Wallen, and that one just misses. It's ball 4, and Esslinger aboard with a base on ball. And that'll bring up Carter Stelter. Carter, the third baseman tonight, his first at bat here for the Sturgeons. Esslinger aboard here. Wallen checking on Esslinger over at first. He's back in there. That's going to be fouled back here, and push the count now to 0-1 to Stelter. Colton Turner, the on-deck hitter for the Sturgeons. The 0-1 pitch coming up here from Wallen. And it's a good one at that. It's 0-2 now. Breaking ball in there, 0-2 count from Wallen to Stelter here. Wallen working from the stretch. His 0-2 pitch here to Abremski, and that is a swing and a miss. And that's the first Serb-Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout here tonight for Blaine Wallen. Calls Serb-Pro Jamie Wenzel for the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serb-Pro like it never even happened. 1 out. And Colton Turner coming up.
First baseman, number 18,
Esslinger down at first. Turner hitting in the number 8 spot here for the Sturgeons, and that's a swing and a miss. It's 0-1 now to Turner. Wallen from the stretch, the pitch, and that'll miss. It's 1-1 now to Turner. Wallen's 1-1 pitch, and that's in there for called strike. It's 1-2 now, so Wallen ahead in the count. 1 out with Esslinger over at first for the Sturgeons. Wallen's 1-1 pitch, and that's a called third strike. 2nd out, and another Serb-Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Blaine Wallen. Or the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration, Serb-Pro like it never even happened. So a couple outs now here, and Evan Dennis coming up.
Right fielder, number 19, Evan Dennis.
So it's 1-0 to Dennis now. Couple of consecutive strikeouts for Blaine Wallen. That ball going to be chopped. Wallen will take it himself. He'll step on one and get the out for the Redhawks. No runs, no hits, no errors. Runner left on here. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 2 here. Rapids out front here, 1-0. Bottom half of 2nd coming up here. And listening to and watching regional tournament baseball here today in Wisconsin Rapids on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
All right, we're back here, bottom half of inning number 2 coming up here. One of our many game day sponsors, that's Carrie Van Aert. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a free quote from Carrie Van Aert, State Farm on auto, homeowners, life insurance, renters, and more. For both Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield, find Carrie Van Aert State Farm on Facebook to get started. Gavin Obremski to lead things off here for the Redhawks, and that's in there for called strike to Obremski. It's 0-1. Jacobson out there for his second inning of work here for the Sturgeons. Left-hander working from the stretch, the pitch, and that misses in. It's 1-1 now to Obremski. And that misses outside. It's 2-1 now to Gavin. And Obremski out front on that one. It's 2-2 now. In the bottom of the second here, Wisconsin Rapids with a 1-0 lead here. That ball hit over to Jacobson. He'll spin, fire to first, and get the first out here. The 1-3 if you're scoring at home. And that'll bring up the designated hitter here in Nick Weiland. Wood Street Rentals. For any size job, when you need equipment, look to Wood Street Rentals, offering a great variety of rental equipment to help you get the job done with delivery service to any job site. That's Wood Street Rentals. So the designated hitter, left-handed hitting Nick Weiland. And Jacobson in there for called strike. It's 0-1. And that one fouled back. It's 0-2 now to Weiland. We're in the bottom half of the second inning here out in Wisconsin Rapids. The Redhawks with a 1-0 lead here with one out and an 0-2 count to Weiland from Jacobson. The pitch is swung on, and play will be made by the third baseman there. That's Carter Stelter for the second out. The F5 to retire Weiland for out number 2, and that'll bring up the right fielder here in Garrett Huber.
Right fielder, number 14, Garrett Huber.
And Jacobson misses down. It's 1-0 now to Huber. Jacobson set here, the pitch. That's outside. It's 2-0 now to Huber. That's chopped over to second. That's going to be a tough play. And they will get Huber on the 4-3. A good play there to stay with it for the third out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on here. We're through 2 innings here in the books. Wisconsin Rapids out front here, 1-0. We move to the third inning of play here. You're watching to and listening to Wisconsin Rapids Regional Tournament Baseball here out on Zaleski Sports. Back here for the third inning in a moment.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Then Could it just get better in here?
You couldn't possibly go through all this stuff by yourself, especially since Dad isn't as young and mobile as he used to be. You know, I'd love to help if I had more time between work, kids, and their activities. Have you considered getting any help?
I'd love to, but I don't know who to call.
Kosho and Kosho, removal and recycling services for seniors, handicaps, and those who need help. We do the dirty work so you don't have to. From painting, landscaping, moving, chores, and more. Please give David a call at 715-323-5762.
All right, third inning coming up. We're back out here with Wisconsin Rapids Redhawks baseball. Blaine Wallen out for his third inning of work here tonight. Redhawks with a 1-0 lead here. One of our many game day sponsors tonight, one of them being Staub Construction. Staub Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. So Jace Cota will get things started here in the top half of inning number 3. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to Peyton Nelson in center field in his first at-bat, back over in inning 1 here. So it's 1-0 now to Cota. And Wallen's in there for called strike. It's 1-1. So the 1-1 pitch here to Cota, that misses. It's 2-1 now. That ball going to be hit out of play and foul. So the count goes even now at 2-2 to Cota. Jace, the center fielder here tonight for the Sturgeons. Wallen's 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. And the first Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout of this third inning. Call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never even happened. So 1 out now here for Jackson Google.
That'll bring up the left fielder, number 8, Jackson Google.
Jackson Google 1 for 1. He had a single in his first at-bat here this evening, and he shows bunt. He'll bunt that one foul. And it's 0-1 now to Google. So Wallen with the 3 Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeouts here, early goings here. We're in the top half of inning number 3. Rapids out front 1-0. Wallen's pitch going to be hit out of play and foul. So Google down 0-2 now. And that just misses. It's 1-2 now to Google. The 1-2 pitch coming up here from Blaine Wallen. And that's a swing and a miss, and the second consecutive strikeout here to start things off in this third inning. And another Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Blaine Wallen, his 4th. Call Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never even happened. So 2 outs now here for Mason Tester. Mason walked in his first plate appearance. And that's a fastball in there to Tester. It's 0-1. Wallen's 0-1 pitch here. That'll miss outside, so it goes 1-1. Metalco since 2005. Metalco has been one of the North America's largest secondary aluminum billet producers. Learn more about working at metalco.com or stop in to apply at their plant in Wisconsin Rapids. It's 1-2 to Tester. 1-2 pitch. That one gets away from Wallen. It's 2-2. It's even now. Twos are wild on the board. A couple outs. 2-2 count coming up. So the Redhawks, the early lead here in this top half of inning number 3, and that's a swing and a miss. That is the third consecutive strikeout for Blaine Wallen. A 1-2-3 inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. We will move to the bottom half of inning number 3 here. You're listening to and watching regional tournament baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Business owners share so many challenges, but there's one challenge that has an easy solution. Branding your business with creative graphics and a plethora of effective print marketing options is as easy as Quality Plus Printing. With over 30 years of marketing expertise and a track record of happy customers, you can trust in Quality Plus Printing to develop the perfect brand for you. As a business owner, you have enough to focus on. Give yourself a break and trust in Quality Plus Printing on each street in Wisconsin Rapids, or find us at qpprinting.com. That's qpprinting.com.
All right, back out here, bottom half, inning 3 coming up. Top of the order with Sangbush, Nelson, and Comer to lead things off here for the Redhawks. Will Jacobson out for his third inning of work, the left-hander.
Top of the order, the third baseman, number 12, Caden Sangbush.
Sangbush walked in his first plate appearance tonight. And Jacobson misses out. It's 1-0 now to Sangbush. Jacobson's 1-0 pitch coming up, and they'll say no. So it's 2-0 now here to Caden. Jacobson working from the windup, the pitch. That misses it a bit out, I believe. So it's 3-0 now to Sangbush. The 3-0 pitch coming up. And that's in there for called strike. It's 3-1 now. And a swing and a miss. The off-speed pitch looks like maybe from Jacobson. Count goes full now to Caden. We're in the bottom half of the third inning here out in Rapids. They have the ball hit pretty well. That's going to be going back on it, and the play will be made out there in center by Jace Coda for the first out. That'll retire Sangbush for out number 1 by the F8, and Peyton Nelson coming up here. Peyton 1 for 1. He singled and scored the first run of the game here for the Redhawks back in the first.
Center fielder, number 2, Peyton Nelson.
And Jacobson in there for called strike to Nelson. It's 0-1. Jacobson's 0-1 pitch. And that'll be driven out to right center, right field. That'll be the second hit for Nelson. He's going for 2, and he'll be in. Peyton hustling all the way there for that one. His second hit here tonight. A 1-out double for Nelson.
The shortstop, number 22, Brad Comer.
And that'll bring up shortstop here, Brad Comer. Brad flew out to center field in his first at-bat, back over in inning number 1. There's one out here. We're in the bottom of the third here, and Comer lifts that one out to center. Play will be made. The speedy Nelson tagging up here, and he'll be into third base. No problem at all, and that'll bring up Nathan Kromenacher now. Nathan singled in his last at-bat back in inning number 1.
Number 18, Nathan Kromenacher.
So 2 outs here for Nathan Kromenacher. Jacobson working from the stretch with Nelson down at third. That'll miss outside. It's 1-0 now to Nathan. And that's going to get a piece of Kromenacher, so he'll be aboard by way of the hit by pitch. That'll put the runners at the corners now for Tyler Byer. He grounded into the 3-2 fielder's choice back in the first. 2 outs with runners at the corner. And that's hit on the ground over to short. Play is made over at first. And the 6-3 ground out to retire Tyler Byer for the third out. 1 hit, no runs, no errors. 3 innings are in the books here. It's Wisconsin Rapids 1 and the Sturgeons 0 here. We'll move to the 4th inning of play. You're listening to and watching Wisconsin Rapids Regional Tournament baseball action here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
All right, we're back out here for the 4th inning of work coming up here for Blaine Wallen. One of our many game day sponsors, Bruce Orthodontics, provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives one smile at a time. Call their Marshfield office to set up a free consultation today.
Leading off for Jim Falls in their half of the 4th inning is the designated hitter, number 15, A.J. Schemenauer.
A.J. Schemenauer will lead things off, the number 4 hitter tonight for the Sturgeons. He is 0 for 1 here tonight. He flew out to right field in his first at-bat. That was back over in inning 1 here. That ball going to be lifted out of play and foul. It's 1-1 now to Schemenauer. So Wallen has pitched very effectively, I would say, early goings with the 5 Serb Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeouts that far. That ball's hit up the middle, and good attempt out there to try to come up with that was Comer there, but hit for Schemenauer. And that'll bring up Bobby Soren. Bobby is 0 for 1 tonight.
That'll bring up the Jim Falls catcher, number 25, Bobby Soren.
So Wallen, that ball will get away, and Schemenauer will get down to second. So it's 1-0 now to Soren. with Schemenauer down at second in scoring position for the Sturgeons. Nobody out here, top half of inning number 4. That ball fouled back. It's 1-1 now to Soren. Wallen here working in his 4th inning. Off-speed pitch misses in. It's 2-1 now to Soren. Wallen working here from the stretch for the Redhawks. It's 2-1 to Soren, and off-speed pitch misses, so it's 3-1 now. Turned out to be a pretty decent, we'll say, backdrop in the outfield setting here. Ball hit on the screws. That's hit hard, too. That's going to score a run for Jim Falls here, and an RBI single for Soren as Schemenauer comes across to score the first run to tie things up here. So a couple of hits here to start things off in this 4th inning.
Second baseman, number 11, James
Courtesy runner for Jim Falls now. And Wallen in there with a strike to Esslinger. It's 0-1. Wallen's 0-1 offering misses. It's 1-1 now. It's 1-1 score here. We're in the 4th out here in Wisconsin Rapids. Wallen working out of the stretch here. The 1-1 pitch here to Esslinger. Jake walked in his first plate appearance. He looks at a called strike 2. It's 1-2 now. One-two pitch, and that is a swing and a miss, and the first Serb Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout of this inning for Blaine Wallen. Call Serb Pro Jamie Wenzel for the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serb Pro like it never even happened. And that'll bring up Carter Stelter. Carter 0 for 1 here tonight. And Wallen in there with a called strike to Stelter. It's 0-1. Wallen set the pitch. That's swung on, hit out to right. Should be playable. No problem there for Garrett Huber to retire Stelter for the second out. And that'll bring up Colton Turner. He is 0 for 1 here tonight.
First baseman, number 18, Colton Turner.
Wallen from the stretch here. The pitch to Turner is going to miss. Low and away. It's 1-0 now to Turner. Wallen's pitch, a good one, and it's a swing and a miss to Turner. It's 1-1. Wallen has struck out 6 here tonight in his 3 2/3 inning of work here. That pitch will just miss. It goes to 2-1 now to Turner. Wallen from the stretch, the 2-1 pitch here, and that is a swing and a miss. Count goes even now to Turner. Wallen's 2-2 pitch, and that's going to be hit in the air. That should be playable, and it is for the second baseman over there in Nathan Kromenacher. So they do get a run on a couple hits, a runner left, and we will move to the bottom half of inning number 4. We're all tied up here, 1 apiece. You're listening to and watching Wisconsin Rapids Regional Tournament Baseball action here in Wisconsin Rapids on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
Wisconsin River Orthopedics has been providing comprehensive care to Wood County for over 50 years. We offer urgent care for orthopedic pain and injuries, joint replacement, along with focused sports medicine care from evaluation to rehabilitation. Our facilities offer a spacious rehab center to get you back to doing what you love most, along with the latest technology in our ambulatory surgery center and a comfortable open MRI. Stop living with pain and limited range in your joints. Turn to Wisconsin River Orthopedics and get back to the way life is meant to be.
All right, we are back for the bottom half of inning number 4. One of our many game day sponsors tonight, that's Solaris. Solaris customers have enjoyed the game the same low price for 5 years running. No tricks, no gimmicks, no kidding. Packages start at $49.99 a month. Visit Solaris.net today and learn more. Ryan Searing will lead things off here. And Jacobson out for his 4th inning. He's in there for called strike. It's 0-1 to Searing. Ryan 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded to third in his first at-bat. That'll miss outside. It's 1-1 to Searing. Jacobson, the 1-1 pitch from the windup the pitch, and that is a swing and a miss here. It's 1-2 now to Searing. Gavin Obremski, the on-deck hitter, followed by Nick Weiland. Bottom half inning number 4. We're all tied up here, 1 apiece. And that's in there for a called third strike, and that'll be the first out here. To retire Searing for out number 1. Obremski coming up. Gavin 0 for 1 here tonight. Gavin, the Mosinee graduate, multi-sport, super talented athlete. Certainly seen him in football and just a good athlete. And that pitch, that will be 4-3 put out to get Obremski for the second out. Obremski retired now, and Nick Weiland coming up. Nick is 0 for 1 tonight.
Designated hitter, number 13, Nick Weiland.
So 2 outs here for Nick. And Jacobson in there for a called strike to Nick Weiland. It's 0-1. Jacobson's 0-1 pitch here to Weiland is just out. It's 1-1 now. We're all tied up here, 1 apiece. We're in the bottom of the 4th here out in Wisconsin Rapids, the first of a number of games on the weekend docket here in Rapids. WBA Regional Tournament. It's 2-1 to Weiland. That'll miss in. It's 3-1 now. A hitter's count for Nick. The 3-1 pitch here from Jacobson. That ball hit pretty well, but it's going to get foul. And count goes full now on Weiland. Maida Custom Apparel in Stevens Point provides quality decorated apparel from your hometown schools and summer teams to corporate and team outings, along with promotional items and sporting goods. That's Maida in Stevens Point. So it's full count now here to Weiland, 2 outs. Jacobson set the pitch. That'll miss up, and Weiland aboard with a base on ball. A 2-out walk. And that'll bring up Garrett Huber.
Right fielder, number 14, Garrett Huber.
Garrett 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded into the 4-3 back in inning number 2. The second grounded to second. 4-3 for those scoring at home. It's 1-0 now to Huber. Jacobson misses high. It's 2-0. There might be someone scoring at home. It's got to be at least one. And that's in there for called strike one. It's 2-1 now to Huber. Jacobson from the stretch, the pitch. That misses. It's 3-1 now to Huber. Top of the order in Sangbush on deck here. Should Huber reach here for the Redhawks? And he will do just that. So the second consecutive walk given up by Will Jacobson, and Huber aboard now. So Weiland down at second and Huber over at first.
Number 12, Caden Sangbush.
And that'll bring up Caden Sangbush. Caden 0 for 1 tonight. He walked in the first and flew out to center in his second plate appearance. It's 1-0 now. Jacobson in there for called strike, so it's 1-1. Just on the 9 o'clock hour here out in Wisconsin Rapids. 1-1 our score, and a swing and a miss to Sangbush. It's 1-2. The Redhawks with a couple runners on, with Weiland down at second, Huber over at first. 2 outs here. The 1-2 pitch here coming up from Jacobson. Brief pause here. So 1-2 now. The 1-2 pitch. And that ball hit. And it goes just foul. Boy, that ball was hit on the screws. It goes just foul. Count remains 1-2 to Sangbush. It's 1-2, 2 outs. Jacobson working. He's ready. Set the pitch, and that'll miss. Count will go even now at 2-2. We had some rain earlier tonight, just probably maybe about 35 minutes before the first pitch, but no problem here in Rapids. Ball chopped over to third, and the play will be made to retire Sangbush for the third out. No runs, no hits, 1 left on base. We're through 4 innings here in the books. It's 1-1. 5th inning coming up here. You're listening to WBA Regional Tournament Baseball action here in Wisconsin Rapids on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chili, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care, plus work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too. Chili Implement, open Monday through Saturday to serve you, and 24/7 online at chiliimplement.com. The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's fat bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
All right, we're back out here for the 5th inning. Blaine Wallen back out here for the Redhawks. His 5th inning of work. One of our mini game day sponsors tonight, that's Wisconsin River Orthopedics. Wisconsin River Orthopedics encourages you to stop living with the pain. Come see them and let's get you back to living your life to the fullest. For joint pain, rehabilitation, urgent care, and more, come to Wisconsin River Orthopedics in Wisconsin Rapids. Evan Dennis will lead things off here in the top half of inning number 5. He looks at a strike. It's 0-1 now to Dennis. Evan is 0 for 1 here tonight for the Sturgeons. Wallen's pitch is out, and it's 1-1 now to Dennis. Top half of inning 5 here just underway. Wallen misses down. It's 2-1 now. And that pitch will miss inside, and count will go 3-1 now to Dennis. Coda hustling for that one. Leadoff hitter Jace Coda coming up. But it's 3-1 here to Evan Dennis. The pitch from Wallen, that's chopped over to second. Should be playable, and it is a 4-3 putout to retire Evan Dennis for the first out here. And top of the order coming up here, and Jace Coda now. Jace 0 for 2 here tonight. So Dennis grounds out to second for the first out. Jace struck out his last at-bat back in inning 3. That'll miss down. It's 1-0 now to Coda. Wallen in there for called strike. It's 1-1. Breaking ball in there. It's 1-2 now. 1-2 to Coda. That'll miss down and low. It's 2-2. Or down and away, I should say. 2-2 to the count now to center fielder Coda, Jace Coda. Hitting tonight in the leadoff spot for Jim Falls. 2-2 pitch coming up. That'll miss outside. It's 3-2 now. Three-two pitch here from Wallen. Coda getting a piece of that one, staying alive here. Its count remains full now. Both teams with a run apiece here. We're in the top half of inning number 5. Ball chopped over to first, and play will be made unassisted there by Tyler Byer for the second out, and that'll retire Coda there. So 2 outs now here for Jackson Google. Jackson is 1 for 2 tonight. Again, Jackson 1 for 2, had the single and back in the first. Jackson, the number 2 hitter for the Sturgeons. Wallen's pitch, that ball hit pretty well out into right center. That's going to be trouble. That'll find the gap, and that'll be extra bases and a stand-up double for Jackson Google, his second hit here tonight. A 2-out double for Google. And that'll bring up Mason Tester. Mason is 0 for 1 here. He walked back in inning number 1 and struck out in inning number 3. And he's got Jackson Google down at second with 2 outs, and Wallen's pitch is outside and low. It's 1-0 to Tester. Google with a lead over at second. Fastball is in. It's 2-0 now to Tester. Wallen from the stretch, the pitch. And a fastball in there for a called strike. It's 2-1 now to Tester. You've got A.J. Schemenauer, the on-deck hitter for the Sturgeons here. You've got Google down at second. And the 2-1 pitch here. That just missed, so it's 3-1 now to Tester. Hitters count 3-1 coming up, and that'll be a swing and a miss. Snap throw back down to second. So it's a full count now to Tester. Google getting a lead down over at second here for the Sturgeons. 3-2 offering here from Wallen. That'll be chopped foul. Count remains full now. Again, score 1-1 here. Roughly nearly the halfway point here. Out in Wisconsin Rapids in the first of 6 games here out in Rapids for the WBA regional tournament here. It's full count to Tester. 3-2 pitch. Tester battling. He'll battle that one back. It stays full to Mason. Google the runner in scoring position for the Sturgeons. Wallen trying to get out of this one. He has pitched very well, I would say, thus far. And that one just misses in a base on ball. So Tester aboard now. A 2-out walk, and that'll bring up A.J. Schemenauer. A.J. 1 for 2 tonight, singled in his last at-bat in the 4th with a run scored. That ball fouled off, and it's 0-1 to Schemenauer. So A.J. with a single and a run scored here tonight. Flew out to right field in his first at-bat. Ball hit pretty sharply over to second, and the play is made over there at second base, and a nice play. Laying out for that one is Kromenacher with the highlight over there. And Jim Falls, 1 hit, no runs, no errors. We move to the bottom of the 5th inning here. It's all tied up at 1 apiece. You are listening to and watching WBA Regional Tournament Baseball action here in Wisconsin Rapids on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Welcome. How may we help you?
New windows, new garage, new car, swimming pool, tuition. We're not talking scholarship here. And a vacation.
Our affordable home equity line of credit may be just what you need.
Medical expenses, braces for our youngest. How about the dog? Roof. How about the roof? And did I mention how long I wanted that vacation to be?
Your money, your life. How may we help you?
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale, we have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
All right, we are back for the bottom half of inning 5 here. Peyton Nelson will lead things off here. Jacobson out for his 5th inning of work. Peyton 2 for 2 tonight with a run scored. Single and a double. The 0-1 pitch here to Peyton. That misses. It's 1-1. Bottom half of inning 5, that pitch from Jacobson will miss inside. It's 2-1 now to Nelson. The 2-1 pitch here to Peyton, that misses outside. It's 3-1 now. The 3-1 pitch here from Jacobson, and that's hit well. That's going to be lined out to left there, and that's Jackson Google to make the play out there for the first out to retire. So that'll retire Nelson for the first out. The line out to Google, and Brad Comer coming up. Brad 0 for 2 here tonight. Jacobson misses. It's 1-0 now to Comer. Jacobson working here. His pitch, that's going to be fouled and out of play for Comer. It goes 1-1 now. We are in the bottom half of inning number 5. We're all tied up at 1 apiece here. Very first game of this 3-day WBA regional tournament action here in Rapids. That ball going to be hit out of play. It goes 1-2 now to Comer. And Comer 0 for 2 on the evening here. Jacobson from the windup. The 1-2 pitch here to Comer is that ball hit pretty well. But it will be play made to line out to center field. That'll be the second out. So Comer lines out to center, and that'll bring up Nathan Kromenacher now. He was hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. He singled as well back in the first. 2 outs here now to Kromenacher. That ball hit well. That's going to find the gap. And a second hit here for Kromenacher, and thought about 2. He'll retreat back in for a single, and a second hit here tonight for Kromenacher. So the 2-out base hit for Nathan, and that'll bring up Tyler Byer now. So Nelson lined to left, and Comer lined to center, and Kromenacher with a 2-out base hit now for Tyler Byer. 0 for 2 here tonight. He grounded to short in his last at bat over in the third. Jacobson misses high. It's 1-0. Pitch. That ball hit. That's going over to make the play, and that'll be the third out here to retire Tyler Byer, I beg your pardon, on the F7. So runner left, 1 hit, no runs. 5 innings complete here. It's 1 apiece here. We move to the 6th inning of play. We're listening to and watching WBA regional tournament action here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Save during the summer tire event at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Up to $200 back on select sets of 4 Goodyear tires. Buy online or mail-in rebate when you use the Goodyear credit card. Through June 28 at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
All right, we're back out here for the sixth inning, I should say. We're all tied up here at one apiece. One of our mini game day sponsors tonight, that's Next Step Prosthetics. Following these matches, watch Next Step Prosthetics. Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetic and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. That is Next Step Prosthetics. So Bobby Soren will lead things off here in the top half of inning number 6 here for the Sturgeons. Blaine Wallen out for his 6th inning of work here for the Redhawks. Bobby 1 for 2 tonight. Wallen misses down and out, so it's 1-0 now to Soren. Blaine calling for a new baseball here. Soren singled in the 4th back in his last at-bat. Again, 1 for 2 tonight. Ball hit out to right. And the play made out there by Garrett Huber for the first out, the F9. And there's 1 out now for Jake Esslinger. Jake 0 for 1 tonight. He walked in the 2nd and struck out in the 4th. Wallen's pitch misses out. It's 1-0 now to Esslinger. Wallen misses. It's 2-0 now to Esslinger. That misses out. It's a 3-0 count coming up here to Jake Esslinger. With 1 out here, top half of inning number 6. And that one misses a 4-pitch walk, and Esslinger aboard with his 2nd walk tonight. Esslinger. And that brings up the 3rd baseman, Carter Stelter. Carter is 0 for 2 tonight. He flew out into right field in his last at-bat. Back over in the 4th. Wallen works from the stretch with Esslinger over at first. Breaking ball in there. It's called strike. It's 0-1. Wallen's pitch. And that just misses. It's 1-1 now to Stelter. Esslinger with a lead over there. That'll miss inside. It's 2-1 now to Stelter. Wallen's 2-1 pitch. And that just misses. It goes 3-1 now to Carter. 3-1 the count. 1 out here. Wallen from the stretch. And the pitch. And that'll be a base on ball, the 2nd consecutive one here. That'll move Esslinger down to 2nd and Stelter over to 1st. 1 out, and Colton Turner coming up. Colton 0 for 2 here tonight. Obremski out to say a few words to Wallen. One of our many sponsors tonight, Investor's Choice, for the best in financial advising in the Wisconsin Rapids area. Make the easy choice with Investor's Choice. Find them on Baker Street in Wisconsin Rapids. Investor's Choice Financial Advisors. First baseman Colton Turner coming up here with a couple runners on. And a swing and a miss to Turner. It's 0-1. Esslinger down at second. Stelter over at first. 1 out. 0-1 here from Wallen to Turner. From the stretch, the pitch. Bremski throwing back down to first there. Stelter back in. So it's 1-1 now. Pitch here, that'll miss down and away it goes. 2-1. Wallen from the stretch. The pitch. And that's a swing and a miss with a second out. And that is another Serb Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Blaine Wallen. Call Serb Pro Jamie Wenzel for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serb Pro like it never even happened. 2 outs now for Evan Dennis. That ball, that'll be hit foul. So Evan Dennis here, he grounded to second. Back in the 5th. The unassisted ground out to pitcher back in the 2nd. So he's 0 for 2 tonight, and he swings and misses. And Wallen up in the count now, 0-2 to Evan Dennis. The 0-2 pitch here coming up from Wallen, and that'll miss outside. It's 1-2. And that's a called third strike. And another Serb Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Blaine Wallen. No runs, no hits, no errors. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 6. We're all tied up at 1 apiece. You're listening to and watching WBA Regional Baseball here out in Wisconsin Rapids on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
All right, we are back here. Ryan Searing will lead things off here in this bottom half of inning number 6 here. It's 1-1. All knotted up here in Wisconsin Rapids. Searing, the left fielder here, and Jacobson's pitch misses. It's 1-0 now to Searing. Jacobson in his 6th inning of work here for the Sturgeons. And he'll get the plate on that. It's 1-1. Jacobson's 1-1 offering is high. It's 2-1. So Searing, Obremski, Weiland. So 6, 7, and 8 here for Rapids. And it's 2-2 now to Searing. A 2-2 pitch. That misses. It's full now to Ryan. Full count pitch here to Searing is, that'll miss, and that'll be a leadoff walk here for Ryan Searing. And that'll bring up the catcher in Gavin Obremski. Gavin 0 for 2 here tonight. Jacobson from the stretch, and I think they're going to get him for a balk, and they do. So Searing will get down to second on that. First balk that we've seen this evening by either team. And Obremski a swing and a miss, so it's 0-1 now to Gavin. Searing down at second with a lead. Jacobson from the stretch, the pitch to Obremski, and that misses. It's 1-1 now to Gavin. So 2-1 now to Obremski. That ball going to be lifted. That'll get out of play. Careening off the bleachers here. Count goes even now to Obremski, 2-2 with nobody out, and Ryan Searing down at second for the Redhawks. We're all tied up here at 1 apiece. Bottom of 6 here. Coming up on the 9:30 hour here in Wisconsin Rapids. Ball smashed foul for Obremski. Count remains 2-2. So Searing represents what would be the go-ahead run for the Redhawks here in the 6th inning. And Obremski, that's going to be down for a base hit for Gavin Obremski. That should score a run, and it will, in an RBI for Gavin Obremski. Nice piece of hitting by Gavin there. And Ryan Searing scoring on that, so they go out 2-1 now. Weiland. Jacobson set the pitch. And that's in there for a called strike. It's 2-1. 1-2. Beg your pardon, it's 1-2. Jacobson misses. So it's 2-2 now. Count is even 2-2 to Weiland, with Obremski over at first. And that just misses. Count goes full now to Weiland. Jacobson set here. He'll fire back over to first. Obremski in. The 3-2 pitch here. And that misses high, and a base on ball given up by Will Jacobson. And Weiland aboard now at first. Obremski down to second. We may have a change, not sure. We'll stay right here unless there's a change of pitchers. And give thanks to one of our many game day sponsors, Coach's Edge Baseball and Softball. Coaches, check this out. Finally, the app we've all been waiting for comes from Dead Red Sports Solutions. The app to teach your players the signs, help extend teaching time beyond practice, ditch player playbooks, and level up your team's IQ. Your players seem to always know where their phone and technology is. Now put your coaching knowledge in their technology with Dead Red Sports Solutions. No more missed signs. Instead, unlock your players' full potential with Dead Red Solutions at coachesedge.com. That's coachesedg.com. So it looks like we'll stay right here. Jacobson will stay in the game here. Rapids, in case you're just joining us here, is a 2-1 lead here. We're in the bottom half of inning number 6. Obremski broke the tie with the RBI single that plated Ryan Searing for the second run. Nick Weiland walked. He's down at first. And it looks like, I believe that's a Ben Fonte sighting here, the pinch runner for Gavin Obremski. I believe that's Benny. And it is. Benny down at second. Pinch running for Obremski. And Garrett Huber coming up. Garrett walked in his last plate appearance. And that one fouled off. So it's 0-1. So you've got Fonte down at second, Weiland down at first. Still nobody out here. Rapids with a 2-1 lead here. We're in the bottom half of inning number 6. The first of a half dozen games here on the docket here out in Wisconsin Rapids for the WBA regional tournament action. Huber showing bunt. He pulls back and a swing and a miss to Huber. It's 0-2 now. With Ben Fonte down at second and Nick Weiland down at first. Jacobson from the stretch here, the 0-2 pitch to Huber. And that'll miss. It's a ball, and it's 1-2. Jacobson set. The 1-2 pitch to Huber. It's fouled out of play here. Remains 1-2. Jacobson pitch is hit on the ground and stepping on third to get the force there at third, the first out.
Back to the top of the order for the Redhawks, the third baseman, number 12, Caden Sangbush.
So the fielder's choice for Huber, 1 out, and top of the order, and Caden Sangbush coming up. And he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1 now to Caden. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. And that'll miss in. It's 1-1 now to Sangbush. You got Weiland down at second and Huber down at first. 1 out. 1-1 pitch here from Jacobson to Sangbush, and that'll be a called strike 2, and it's 1-2 now. One-two pitch here from Jacobson, and that's grounded over to third. Stepping on third and making the play across the diamond, and the double play to get Sangbush.
For the Redhawks in their half of the 6th inning, they get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on.
And we'll sort all of that out. Rapids does go up front here, 2-1. 6 innings in the books here. You're listening to and watching WBA Regional Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. 7th inning coming up on just a few moments here on Zaleski Sports.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
it's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
All right, we are back for the 7th. Blaine Wallen back out for his 7th inning of work. Sparhawk Trucking. Sparhawk Trucking has become one of the area's leading trucking companies, reliably hauling for over 44 years. Come work for the best and learn more at sparhawktrucking.com. So Jace Cota will lead things off here in the 7th. Jace 0 for 3 here tonight. Jace, the center fielder and the leadoff hitter here for this Sturgeons squad here. Wallen out for his 7th inning of work tonight. And he's in there for a called strike. It's 0-1 now to Cota. That ball lifted. That'll get foul. And the thud. And it's 0-2 now to Cota. Wallen's pitched. He's got the 8 Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeouts here tonight. And add that number 9 and another Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Call Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel for the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never even happened. 1 out for Jackson Google. Jackson 2 for 3 here tonight. A double, a single, and a strikeout. So he's 2 for 3 on the evening, and it's 1-0 to Jackson. That's in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. 1-1 pitch here to Google. That's hit. That should get out of play, and it does. So it's 1-2 now to Google. Wallen working here with a 1-2 offering to Google, and that's play will be made out in right field there by Garrett Huber for the 2nd out. By way of the F9 for those scoring at home. 2 outs now here, and Mason Tester coming up. Couple of walks tonight and a strikeout for Mason. So 2 outs for Tester, and that's in there for a called strike, so it's 0-1. Mason walked back in his last plate appearance in the 5th. He'll swing and miss through the Wallen fastball. It's 0-2. The 0-2 with 2 outs here to Tester, and the pitch. That's going to be chopped over to short. A tough play, but a play is not going to be in time, but a nice play nonetheless. A Mason Tester will be aboard with a base hit. His first here tonight, and A.J. Schemenauer coming up. A.J.'s 1 for 3 tonight with a run scored.
Designated hitter, number 15, A.J. Schemenauer.
A.J. the cleanup hitter for this Sturgeons squad here, and goes through that. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch here, and that's lined out of play foul. It's quickly 0-2 now to Schemenauer. We are in the top half of inning number 7 here. Rapids with a 2-1 lead here thus far. Runner going here, a swing and a miss, and another strikeout here, the 10th. So a hit, no runs, a runner left here. And Rapids still out front, 2-1. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 7. You're watching and listening to WBA Regional Tournament Baseball action here on Zaleski Sports. Bottom 7 coming up here shortly.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I am standing in our all-new Express Lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes. No appointment necessary. See you soon.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
All right, getting the thumbs up here from Olivia, which can only mean one thing. We are back here for the bottom of the 7th here, and one of our many game day sponsors here this evening, that's Econ Electric. From residential to commercial and even industrial, when you need an electrician, Econ Electric is at your service. You can always rely on Econ Electric, where every job is done safe, done right, on time, every time. That's Econ Electric. Also brought to you tonight by Quality Plus Printing. Quality Plus Printing in Wisconsin Rapids can help your business with all of your printing service needs. Visit qpprinting.com. It looks like we'll have a new pitcher here, I believe, for the Sturgeons. We'll see just who that is. But you'll have 2, 3, and 4 coming up here for Rapids here in the bottom of the 7th with Peyton Nelson, Brad Comer, and Nathan Kromenacher. The heart of the lineup here for Rapids. And a 2-1 game here. It's been a pretty well-pitched baseball game from both squads tonight. Certainly, right now, Blaine Wallen would be in line for the win, but still plenty of baseball here to be played. Blaine has the 10 Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeouts here tonight. So the right-hander Jackson Google coming in relief here of Will Jacobson. So he'll work the 7th inning here. Sounds like the designated hitter for Jim Falls went to left field. That would have been A.J. Schemenauer. And Google into pitch here. And he'll have to go through the heart of the order, 2, 3, and 4, and Nelson, Comer, and Kromenacher. Nelson 2 for 3 here tonight. A single, a double, and he lined sharply in his last at bat. Google's pitch, and that'll miss. It's 1-0 now to Nelson. A 1-0 pitch here to Nelson, and that's fouled back. It's 1-1. As we mentioned, Peyton with a couple of hits tonight, a run scored. Scored the very first run of this game tonight. Breaking ball misses high, it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch here to Nelson. And that catches the inside corner. It's 2-2. Two pitch here to Nelson. That'll miss down low. It goes full now. Google's 3-2 pitch misses inside, and Nelson aboard with a base on ball for Rapids. And Brad Comer coming up. He lined out to center in his last at-bat here for Rapids. He's got Nelson aboard at first. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Rapids out front here, 2-1. Google working from the stretch. The pitch, that misses high. It's 1-0 to Comer. Google's pitch. That's in there for a called strike. It's 1-1 now to Comer. Google's 1-1 pitch. He'll step off here. With Nelson over at first. The 1-1 pitch here to Comer. Nelson on the move, and he will be in with a stolen base. So Peyton Nelson swipes second, and nobody out here. A 2-1 count out of Comer. Google from the stretch. Big swing and a miss there. It goes even now to Comer. So Google working out of the stretch here with nobody out. 2-2 offering here to Comer. Peyton Nelson down at second. That ball will miss inside. It's full count now to Brad. That ball lifted into the air and playable there at second. So Comer retired on the F4, the first out here, and that'll bring up Nathan Kromenacher now.
Second baseman, number 18, Nathan Kromenacher.
So Rapids out front here, 2-1. Bunt shown by Kromanacher and bunts that one foul. It's 0-1 now to Kromanacher. That'll miss now. It goes to 1-1. You've got Peyton Nelson down at second, 1 out, and a 1-1 count here to Kromanacher. Rapids with the 2-1 lead here. And that'll miss, and it's 2-1 now to Nathan. Nelson retreats back in. Google shooing him back there. It's 2-1 now to Kromanacher. That'll miss down, and it's 3-1 now to Nathan. So 3-1 count coming up, and
I've just been told there's hot chocolate available.
hot chocolate available here in Rapids on a rather brisk evening. Temperatures hovering around that, we'll say, 60-degree mark here. That's full count. 3-2 to Kromanacher. And that will miss, and a walk given up here to Nathan Kromanacher, and a couple runners on with 1 out, and Tyler Byer coming up.
First baseman, number 17.
So Tyler is 0 for 3 tonight. He flew out to left in his last at-bat. Google misses down. It's 1-0 to Byer. Rapids with a 1 out with a couple runners, and Nelson out at second and Kromanacher down at first. Google working from the stretch. The 1-0 offering here to Byer. And that's in there for called strike to Tyler. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch here to Byer. That's hit over to short. Flips over to second, and a throw is airmailed, and run will come in to score. That's Peyton Nelson. He'll score the 3rd run. Byer reaches on the fielder's choice, followed by the throwing error. So 2 outs now for Ryan Searing, who walked and scored a run back in the 6th here. Rapids now with a 3-1 lead. Google working from the stretch, the pitch, and that's in there for called strike. It's 0-1 now to Searing. Got Byer down at second. Rapids now with that 2-run cushion here. Google misses down. It's 1-1. So Byer down at second. The 1-1 pitch here from Google. That misses high. It's 2-1 to Searing. Two and 1, 2 outs. Ryan Searing the hitter. That ball going to be hit out of play and foul. So it goes 2-2 now to Ryan. Two-two pitch here to Searing. And that is in there for a called third strike and the third out to get Searing. They do score a run though. And they now have a 3-1 lead. We're through 7 innings complete here. We'll move to the 8th inning. Wisconsin Rapids out front, 3-1 over Jim Falls Sturgeons here. 8th inning coming up. You're listening to and watching WBA Regional Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
All right, we are back here, and it looks like a pitching change, and that looks to be, I believe that's Eli Hahn here for the Redhawks. He'll get the 8th inning here. Top half of 8th. He'll see 5, 6, and 7 here for the Sturgeons, and that's Soren, Esslinger, and Stelter. So Blaine Wallen goes the 7 innings tonight. The 10 strikeouts, the 10 Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeouts tonight for Blaine Wallen. He would be in line for the win should things stay on the trajectory they are on. However, there's still plenty of baseball here in Wisconsin Rapids to be played. I'm Brandon Bierencott on the call. We've got Olivia on production tonight. Rather brisk night, a stark contrast from even just a couple days ago, in fact, here. But either way, turned out to be a nice night after all. Had that nice skyline here in Rapids. So Bobby Soren coming up here. Bobby to lead things off. The catcher, Bobby, is 1 for 3 tonight.
Is the catcher, number 25, Bobby Soren.
That ball hit. And the play is made out in right field, and a nice play in foul territory there for Garrett Huber. And that'll retire Soren for the first out. So as we mentioned, Eli Hahn out in relief here for this 8th. And that just misses. It's 1-0 now to Esslinger. Jake 0 for 1 tonight. He's got a couple of walks. He'll foul that one off. And it goes 1-1 to Esslinger. Couple of walks and a strikeout here for Jake. Jake hitting in the 6th spot here for the Sturgeons. Misses out, and it's 2-1 now. Rapids here again with a 3-1 lead here in this first of 6 games, I believe, if my math is correct, and Olivia is saying it is, so that's good. Well, it's 2-2. That'll miss inside. It goes full now to Esslinger. Top half, inning number 8. Full count, and that'll miss high, and Esslinger will walk here with 1 out, and Carter Stelter coming up. Carter's 0 for 2 tonight. He's struck out. He flew out to right field and walked. So his 4th plate appearance, and he looks at a strike, and it's 0-1. Got Esslinger over at first. Hahn's 0-1 pitch here, and that's going to be hit out into right. We'll see if that stays, and it gets out of play and foul, and it's 0-2 now to Stelter. Appear to be some fireworks in the fairly near vicinity, we'll say, here in Rapids. 0-2 now to Stelter. And that one fouled off. May have gotten a piece there of Gavin, but he looks to be okay. So it's 0-2 to Stelter. The 0-2 pitch from Hahn, and that just missed. 1-2. Hahn in relief again of Blaine Wallen. Fastball just missed. So it's even at 2-2 now to Stelter. On ready, and the pitch. Stelter getting a piece of that one, just barely, and it's even at 2-2. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. So the 2-2 pitch coming up here to Stelter. Hahn from the stretch, the pitch, and that's a called third strike. And that's a Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Eli Hahn. Serve Pro like it never even happened. So 2 outs now here for Colton Turner. Colton is 0 for 3 here tonight. Two outs with Esslinger on, and that ball hit pretty well out into right. That's going to get out of play and foul. And the play will be made. So the F9 to retire Turner. No runs, no hits, no errors. A runner left on. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 8. Wisconsin Rapids out front here, 3-1. They'll be coming up in the bottom half of inning 8. Listening to and watching WBA Regional Tournament baseball action here in Wisconsin Rapids. Back in a moment on Zaleski Sports.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
All right, we're back out here. Obremski will lead things off. So 7, 8, 9 coming up here for the Redhawks. Gavin Obremski had that RBI single in his last at-bat back in over inning number 6. That broke the tie. So he's 1 for 3 here tonight, and Jackson Google back out for his second inning of work. It's 0-1 now to Obremski. Bottom half inning number 8 here. Google's 0-1 pitch to Obremski. That hit in the air. That going to be an out in the F4 there to retire Obremski for the first out. And that'll bring up Nick Weiland. Nick with a couple of walks tonight. He walked a pair of times and then flew out to, lined out to third. So he's 0 for 1 here tonight. Google misses outside. It's 1-0. One-0 pitch here from Google in there for a called strike. It's 1-1 to Weiland. One pitch here is going to miss. It's 2-1 to the designated hitter tonight, Nick Weiland. And some fireworks in the distance, and quite a fireworks show. Even though I can't see it, I can hear it, and it sure does sound pretty good. So it's 3-1 now to Weiland. Judging by what I hear, it sounds pretty good anyways. It's 3-1 here, and Google misses out, and Weiland will be aboard with a base on ball here with 1 out, and Garrett Huber coming up. So Huber grounded to second, walked, and hit into the fielder's choice, the unassisted fielder's choice in inning 6. He's up with 1 out, bottom half, inning number 8. Rapids out front here, 3-1. Weiland over at first. Google working from the stretch, the pitch. And Huber had a nice swing at it, but a miss. It's 0-1. Google's 0-1 pitch here to Huber. That's going to be hit over to short. Play made at, and that ball going to be sailed again. They'll get the fielder's choice at 2. But Huber be down to second. So 2 outs here for Caden Sangbush. With Huber down at second. Google from the stretch, the pitch. Catches a corner in there, and it's called strike. It's 0-1. Again, Rapids with a 2-run lead here, 3-1. We're in the bottom of the 8th. That ball will get away, and Huber will get down to third. Culligan Water. Get Culligan Water for only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com. So Huber down at third. It's 1-1 to Sangbush here, and Google working out of the stretch here. That ball hit foul and out of play. It's 1-2 now to Caden. Both teams have played pretty clean baseball, I would say. Wisconsin Rapids, of course, with the 2-run lead here, but both teams have played very well defensively, I would say, for the most part, and good pitching That ball hit in the air out to left. Converging on that and making the play will be the shortstop there, and that's Mason Tester to get the third out to retire Sangbush. No runs, no hits, no errors. We'll move to the 9th inning here. Wisconsin Rapids out front, 3-1. You're listening to and watching WBA Regional Tournament Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Business owners share so many challenges, but there's one challenge that has an easy solution. Branding your business with creative graphics and a plethora of effective print marketing options is as easy as Quality Plus Printing. With over 30 years of marketing expertise and a track record of happy customers, you can trust in Quality Plus Printing to develop the perfect brand for you. As a business owner, you have enough to focus on. Give yourself a break and trust in Quality Plus Printing on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids, or find us at qpprinting.com. That's qpprinting.com.
All right, we're back out here for the 9th inning here. Last call for the Jim Falls Sturgeons here. They'll lead it off with 9-1-2. So Dennis, Coda, and Google coming up here. Evan Dennis will get things started here in this top half of inning number 9. Redhawks out front here, 3-1. Eli Hahn back in for his second inning in relief here of starter Blaine Wallen. Eli trying to close this one out here for the Redhawks. And it's 1-0 here to Dennis, and that'll be a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. 1-1 pitch here from Hahn to Dennis. And that's in there for called strike. It's 1-2 now. Hahn's 1-2 pitch. That just missed. That thing had some major movement on it, at least from my vantage point anyways. So it's 2-2 now to Dennis. Hahn to Evan Dennis, the pitch, and a swing and a miss. And that's the first Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout this inning. The second for Eli Hahn. Serve Pro like it never even happened. So 1 out and the top of the order here, and Jace Coda coming up.
Back to the top of the order, the center fielder, number 5.
Jace is 0 for 4 tonight. Breaking ball just misses. It's 1-0 now to Coda. Hahn in there for a called strike. A nice pitch to his catcher, Obremski. It's 1-1. 1-1 offering to Coda, and that misses outside. It's 2-1. On 2-1 here, and that thing had some movement. It goes 3-1. Well, it's 3-1 now to leadoff hitter Coda. And a nice pitch in there, called strike. It's 3-2 now. That ball hit in the air out to Nelson there. No problem for Peyton. The second out. The F8 for Redhawks. 2 outs, and Jackson Google coming up. Jackson is 2 for 4 tonight. He has a double and a single.
The
started the game in left field, has been pitching the last couple of innings here. Hahn misses out. It's 1-0 now to Google. The 1-0 pitch here to Google, and that's in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch here to Google. Hit on the ground to third. And the play is made. The 5-3 put out to retire Jackson Google for the third out, and that's a final here, 3-1. Wisconsin Rapids comes out of here with a 3-1 victory over the Jim Falls Sturgeons in this first game of three-day tournament here in the WBA regional tournament here. We'll break this one down here. I believe that is a final, so we'll call it a wrap here. But again, Brandon Berencott on the call here with Zaleski Sports, Olivia on our production crew tonight. Again, a final here from Wisconsin Rapids in the very first game. Wisconsin Rapids 3, Jim Falls Sturgeons 1. Blaine Wallen gets the win here tonight. He gets the 10 strikeouts, pitched very well, and Eli Hahn came in relief to get the save here. And you have been listening to and watching WBA Regional Tournament Baseball here in Wisconsin Rapids. Again, a final 3-1 Wisconsin Rapids Redhawks. Have yourself a very good Friday evening, and thank you for listening and watching us here on Zaleski Sports. Have a good night.
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.